What's going on, everybody? It's Elite Hill for NASCAR Heat for a video, and man, it's been a long time since I made a NASCAR Heat for a video. A lot has been revealed, a lot has been shown off since the last time I did a video. The last time I did a NASCAR Heat 4 video was when the Operation Sports article came out talking about the new physics and diving into the career more and more. That was about like what 3 weeks ago when that came out. And man, 704 has went crazy since then. Jeff Fabiano, my mistake. Jeff Fabiano has got his hands on the game, and 704 has put out a lot of like content, and a lot of things have been revealed. So I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna give my thoughts about a lot of the things that's been revealed. I'm gonna go down the list of like new features. It's been quite. It's been a lot of surprises. I could say that. Of course, a lot of you guys know. Another thing I'm going to talk about in this video is NASCAR Heat 4 is looking pretty damn legit. And I'm pretty sure when everybody was going into this game, everybody thought that it was going to be just like the past 3 games. There was going to have like some big future. But other than that, the game was going to play the same. It wasn't going to be no improvements across the board. Because it just seemed like it was going to be like that. But 704 has proven us wrong so far. I mean, yes, the game is not out yet, but we got a lot of footage. Jeff Fabiano has put out 2 videos now, and he actually just released a video today. It was about 52 minutes worth of gameplay at Homestead, and I'm going to get into that later on in the video. It's a lot of things I got to talk about, though. So this is I'm on there. I'm on Twitter right now, and I'm just going to be scrolling up through the page of some of the things that's been revealed. This was a lap around Daytona with Brad Keselowski. Put down mute. With Brad Keselowski, and this is just a lap around the track. Not much to take away from it. The only thing, and it's a negative too, is how fast the player is going by himself without no draft. He's doing 204 miles down the straightaway at Daytona, and that is not realistic at all. If anything, that's drafting speeds. That's kind of concerning. I don't know if this guy had a setup in or what, but I hope that was the case, like a setup to where it was just a full blown top speed. Maybe he did. I don't know. If not, they gonna have to patch that. So that was one of the things that was revealed. Let me go down the list real quick of things that was revealed. So you can race any track with any series. So what I mean by that is that you could take the truck series to Indianapolis, the Brickyard. You could take the truck series to Sonoma, Watkins Glen. You could take the Xfinity series to Martinsville, Sonoma, Gateway. You could take the Cup cars to Mosport, Road America, Mid Ohio, Iowa. That's a fantastic future. I had no clue they was gonna do that. No clue. It kind of takes me back to the EA days to where you can run the Cup cars at Old Spice, and yes, that's a fantasy track, but it kind of reminds me of the old days of EA Sports, to where you could take different series to different types of tracks. Like, I don't know if you guys, I'm pretty sure whoever played NASCAR '05 remember Red Ball Raceway. It was kind of similar to Bristol in a way, and that track wasn't available for the Cup cars, but if you earned enough skill points, and you can unlock it for the Cup series. And basically that's kind of what it reminds me of. So that's great. I got so many ideas. Like, I'm part of an online league, so we already talking about that, what we gonna do for our Xfinity and Truck Series league. Cause we do a league for all three series. Um, we're not sure we're gonna do dirt yet, but we know for sure that we run in trucks and Xfinity, and how I want to have all the tracks on the schedule and just throw them in. The truck series need more races anyway, and man, that's fantastic news, man. Trucks at the Brickyard is gonna be interesting. Trucks at Sonoma. They used to race at Sonoma back then. They stopped going there like around the early 2000s. I don't know why. Um, so that's fantastic news. And then another thing that 704 revealed regarding the indie track with indie series is that you can you can end up on. They said they created a whole bunch of pre-built custom seasons. You can't assign the races yourself, but they said that they threw in some like pre-built custom seasons. So I'm guessing that when you go to championship mode, you could just select, like if you go to, say for example, Truck Series, they'll probably have Auto Club in there, Richmond, Sonoma, races that the Truck Series don't go to, probably mixed in with, the tracks they already go to. So it's gonna be a longer schedule. I don't know how they're gonna do it, but they said it's pre-built custom seasons in there, so that's fantastic. Another thing that was revealed is day to night transitions. Sean Wilson confirmed this in an interview with Jeff Fabiano. Just recently, that video came out a couple of days ago, and this is another big surprise. All the surprises so far have been positive. It had, some, you know, usually I'd be expecting like a bombshell of like, oh, this ain't gonna be in the game. I think the only negative thing that I've heard so far that's not gonna be in the, I mean, it's a bunch of things that's missing, but I haven't seen or heard anything bad so far. Now, of course, this game is gonna be missing a lot still, but they added still quite a bit, the things that I'm naming now. So yeah, you get to it's day to night transition. So how it's gonna work is that, say for example, you go to Homestead. It works by stages, so it's not gonna be a actual day to night transition to where you're gonna be seeing the sun go down into dark. It's gonna be going by stages. So stage one is gonna be sunset. Stage two is gonna be dark, but not full darkness. It's gonna be kind of dark, and then stage three is gonna be full on dark. So yes, it's not an actual day to night transition, something that you'll see in Project Cars 2 or the old Gran Turismo games 5 and 6, or I don't know, Forza got it. I'm not sure, but it's not like those games to where. But this is a good compromise, though. This is better than not having it at all. I'm pretty sure next year they'll try to get in, the actual day to night transitions to where you can actually see the sun going down. Sean Wilson, he said he was one of the main guys that wanted to get it into the game, and they said they actually got it in there kind of late. So kudos to them though. Kudos, because man, it's better than not having it at all. So that's fucking nice. I love that. I did not expect that at all. Did not. So that's gonna be nice when you doing the Coca-Cola 600. Now the Coca-Cola 600 got 4 stages, so maybe the first 2 stages would be sunset, and the third stage would be somewhat dark, and then the fourth stage would be full on dark. I don't know. The trucks are gonna be at night, and I'm pretty sure that's it. That they start kind of like in the evening, then they race into the night. So I think every track that has that race at night, you're gonna start off in that sunset look, and then you're gonna race into the night as long as you got stages on though. So that's nice. What else they confirmed? Let me go ahead and scroll up real quick. So here go the I don't know why it's keep unmuting itself. I just put on mute. So this is the truck series at Watkins Glen, and this is a video that 704 put out about a week ago. The truck series at Watkins Glen. The truck series has never raced at Watkins Glen. I don't think they have. Did they? I think they did because they had Watkins Glen. I wasn't really watching truck series, the lowest series, like back in the mid 2000s. I didn't really start watching those races until like the late 2000s. I've been a NASCAR fan since the early 2000s, and all I was watching at the time was Cup. I didn't start watching the lower series until 07, 08, somewhere around there. So, I'm not sure, to be honest. I honestly forgot, to be honest. But yeah, this looks nice though. This guy is Ross Chastain, and I'm pretty sure he got the AI set to low. I like how they says "Welcome Gander Outdoors." That's the new sponsor title for the truck series. This year, it started this year when it came to that. And yeah, he got up to 11th in one lap, but I'm pretty sure the AI was set to real low, so that's nothing to really worry about. Um, so that was another thing that was revealed when it came to the game. Oh, that was, and then they showed it all. So that looked nice. I was happy about that. The AI said they performed pretty well. That was one of the fears I had. Um, when they not fear, but that was it. Kind of, you just never know with the AI that they would probably start. They would probably race weird at tracks that they don't have no data for in real life. So you just hope that the AI runs well at the tracks that they don't run in real life. If you guys know what I'm saying, so that's good. Enough. Other little details. We still don't got no information about the statistics. Sean Wilson hasn't. He's back on Twitter. That's another thing. Sean Wilson's back on Twitter, and you can see that right there. Now the official NASCAR Heat account, you know, actually welcome him back because he was putting out an announcement. That's another thing. Sean Wilson said that. So in online in the past, when somebody joined the online lobby, the clock would start and you couldn't stop it. Like once somebody joins, that's when it starts counting down. You only got a minute to get everybody into the lobby. Now the host can pause the lobby clock online to share, so that way before you launch a race up, so that way you can get everybody into the lobby, and it don't have to be a big ass rush. Because sometimes people could be in the wrong car. It's actually a guy in our league that be in the wrong car a lot because he does 2 leagues, so he kind of forgets. And so we got to remind him like, oh, you got to go get your other car, man. So that's good. I'm still wondering about the caution system. Because that's like the number one problem with the online right now, in my opinion. That's over. I want that fixed before anything else. I rather, before they add or fix anything else, because that is such a frustrating feeling. I don't understand why they can't just give us the option to choose between strict yellows and relaxed yellows. I mean, for online. At least for private lobbies. You don't got to do it for public. At least for private lobbies. If you start a private lobby, you racing with people that you know. I can understand they said before that they don't want to give us the strict caution system because it'll be a caution every 5 seconds. It depends what type of lobby you in. It depends what type of people you racing with. If you in the league, you're not gonna get that many cautions. Well, let me not say that because there's actually some garbage leagues out there, but I'm just saying though, like for the most part, for the most part. So yes, that's good online news. That's great news. Another little detail right above that tweet is Sean Wilson also confirmed, and we kind of knew this, I think, because Jeff Fabiano did an interview with uh, Zane, one of the guys that does the whole esports thing, and he's supposed to answer questions on Twitter. Um, Sean Wilson though he confirmed that this year the last name of your created driver will appear on the rear windshield of your cars in career mode in the top 3 series. That's cool as hell. So my last name is gonna be on the back of my car. That's gonna be great. I use my real name, and when it comes to career mode in a lot of these games, I don't come up with no fake name. I know a lot of other people do. They do it for fun. I use my real name because it's a career mode. I want it to be, I'm trying to immerse myself and pretend that I'm going out there actually being a race car driver. So, yeah, that's cool. That's a nice little detail. And when you look at Jeff Fabiano's his interview with Sean Wilson, he was showing some clips, and you could see when his truck pulled up, he you could see Fabiano in the back of his truck. So that was kind of badass to see. So yes, a lot of this stuff is great. I can't believe how much. I'm about to go to the next thing too that I want to show off, but it's crazy. I'm about to show off the option screen real quick, and everything. I'm about to go over each of these in a sec, but this is crazy, man. I mean, this is like a big jump. Now, of course, we haven't played the game yet, but it's just crazy how much they added in terms of options and how much they improved things. They just a lot of these things they didn't just improve; they improved it by a lot. The ping pong is gone. The contact physics are a lot better. It's just a lot of things that just are much better. Some of these things I thought that was gonna be kind of improved, but not really there. But they really stepped it up. The menus look nice. I mean, just a lot of this. And Disco Inferno said this in one of his most recent videos, and I gotta agree with him with this. This is gonna be possibly, if everything's executed, the best NASCAR game racing wise. When it comes to the racing, content wise, this they have a long way to go. We still don't. The paint booth right now is weak, really weak. It's still a lot of things missing. The career mode, like hiring drivers and trophy room presentation, which is a big thing. So many more things, and we still don't know about the statistics, but yet for this game, but just being able to own up to 4 cars, just a ton of things that they're missing still when it comes to content. But when you look past that though, and you actually look at the racing and what you can do, it's just crazy. So I'm about to go over the track selection real quick. I'm about to go over these pictures that somebody uploaded. So this is the main menu screen. You got Crick Race. This looks a lot better. Looks a lot cleaner. Looks a lot modern. The thing that stuck out to me was this right here: top 5 drivers. I don't know if they talk about in real life or they talk about just the races that you did. Because Kyle Busch only has 2 super speedway wins, and those were like 10 years ago. Both of them came 10 years ago. I think he like in 2008 he won the Talladega race. And I think he won the July Daytona race. He won one of the Talladega races. He won. So they got to be talking about the game. Like maybe when you do races, they probably take the average finishes of the AI and they probably put them up here. Now, yes, Alex Bowman, he's a good qualifier at plate races, but he doesn't really do anything. Logano's a top-notch plate racer or super speedway racer. Chase Elliott's a top-notch super speedway racer, and we know Jeff Gordon is a top-notch super speedway racer. So I don't know what they mean by that, and I think it just only goes with the people that's in the game. Because if that's the case, Dale Jr. should have been up here. Dale Sr. should have been up here. Brad Keselowski belong on this list too. So they probably just talk about when you race with the AI. They only did one race from what you see on the screen. So yeah, don't know what that really means. I heard you could toggle Jeff Gordon off too if you don't want him in the races. Kind of like how you could do in the old Thunder games. I kind of hope they got more legends coming, like in DLC. I would love to have Dale Sr., Davey Allison, Alan Kowicki, who else? Richard Petty. Like their schemes on the modern day cars. That would be nice. Here go the difficulty presets. So this is basically how the this is kind of like how if you could always set this up in a custom way, or you could just choose through presets. So this normal is highlighted, so they'll put your transmission in automatic. They just tell you what will be on and off, and let me just look at all this stuff, and all this stuff that you see you could adjust from the transmission, the anti-lock brakes, car identifiers, AI difficulty, damage, all the assists that you see on the side, there's AI settings. You can adjust all that to your own. And it's a ton of sliders and options on how you want it to play. And then I'm gonna get to the next screenshot in a minute. But you it shows right here to the right. It describes like what stuff means. So I've been in the past couple of games. Excuse me. The past couple of games, you didn't know what stuff did. You just move a slider to the left or right, and you just taking a shitty guess of what it does. This time, to the right, it tells you about car identifiers and for example, it says position. Information panels will appear over the top of nearby cars to identify them. So the position and names of a driver above their car, and you can remove that or you can have them on. Look at all these settings that you got. Difficulty preset, transmission, brakes moving. I don't know what that means. AI difficulty, customer difficulty, damage, race length, tire wear and fuel consumption, player tire wear rate. It's another screenshot. Damn, somebody didn't include it, but they got a whole bunch of settings for the AI, and then they got a bunch of settings for yourself. You get to adjust how fast you want your tires to wear. So same thing with the AI. Your tire grip, like do you want more grip? When your tires, it's just so much you can do when it comes to these sliders. Like when I saw them scrolling through these sliders, because it's a lot more than these 2 pages. I got this from Reddit, so I don't know. Somebody just didn't take a picture. Here goes some more. Skill range. So this is how this determines the speed range between the fastest and slowest AI. Wide creates more separation between the cars, which is the slider that I'm gonna have it, because for the most part, I think the only tracks I won't race with that on is super speedways. I'll probably have it set to narrow for super speedways. stability, recovery skill. Jeff Fabiano went into detail about a lot of these things in his most recent video, and man, it's just you get to set the game up how you want to play it, and I love that. Giving these players options. It's not just with NASCAR games. It's not just with racing games. It's like that with a lot of these games now. The more options you give players, the better. Don't just set it to one thing and then call it a day. So fantastic. Driving aids. So they added some off throttle steer driving aids and just a lot of the stuff you got to play around with. So you're not gonna just go into this game and say, let me get one race under my belt and then I'll be ready for career mode or I'll be ready for online. You really got to sit your ass down and just practice. Because I'm pretty sure every track is gonna be different as well. How the way the tires wear out and everything. Before I go into career mode in this game, and hopefully the game is working the way it's supposed to work. But before I go into career mode with this game, I might do like 9 to 12 races in total, 50% races on top of that. Don't get me wrong, I'm gonna be anxious to get into the career mode, but I want to make sure I'm prepared. Probably not that many races, but a lot more than I did in the previous years. To where when I test out a game, like when I got Heat 3, I did one race and I went straight into the career mode. It was pretty much the same as Heat 2 in terms of how you drove the car. So you really didn't have to sit there and really get used to things. With all these sliders and all these options and stuff and the new physics, it's gonna take a while to get used to. It's gonna be a learning curve basically. So just so much. And then these driving aids, you get to when you pause the game, you get to adjust these driving aids. So that's good. I've been asking for an options menu for when you pause the game. That's a start. I don't know what else. You probably can't do anything else. Like adjust your wheel settings and stuff from the pause menu. You probably got to do that within the the options when you in the main menu screen. So yeah. And then this is the driver selection screen. It looks a lot better. It shows you how many schemes somebody got to this time, which is nice. Instead of just just scrolling through them, it tells you like how many schemes they got. So Jimmy is gonna have 2 when the game launches, but as DLC comes out, I'm pretty sure that number is gonna grow. Austin centric car. I mean, this look fucking nice, man. Look at the graphics, man. Sheldon Creed. I'm a big fan of his. Once he could clean up his mistakes, once he could clean up some things, he can be a top-notch contender. A top-notch driver. But, yeah, just look at all this, man. So, I'm going to get into this Jeff Fabiano clip. I'm not going to show off, but I'm just going to be talking about... I'm just going to talk about a few things that I've noticed in the clip, and then I just want to explain at the end of this video why this game is going to be... why this game is looking pretty legit. And I'm kind of going through it now, but I'm just going to explain it. So, that Jeff Fabiano clip that came out actually today, he was at Homestead, and one of the main concerns I had with the clip was he was flying through traffic pretty easily. And I was paying attention to his settings, but I kind of forgot it once he got to the track. I know that it looked like he had it set to 105 difficulty, but it was a few things that I didn't pay attention to besides that. So the clip was posted on 704 Reddit. People was talking about it, reacting to it and stuff. And a dev on here, which I appreciate him coming on here sorting this out. He addressed the people about the difficulty, and Jeff Fabiano was on here too. I'm gonna get to his response in a second. So he said, "So with the difficulty, it's all about tinkering and finding the right setup you want with your wear versus the AI." He's talking about tire wear. Jeff is an experienced racer, and with his AI being set to wear faster, with his my mistake. Jeff is an experienced racer, and with his AI being set to wear fast, but his tire wear to normal and his grip level too high, it may have given him a bigger advantage than expected. So he had more. He had the AI tire wear set to fast, and his was set to normal, and his tire grip was high, and that's something I didn't think about in the video at first until people started pointing it out. Until he pointed out the developer on here on 704 Reddit. So that was a lot of things that I had to think about, because I was definitely concerned. I'm looking like, yo, this is 105 difficulty. Why is it so damn easy? And then to find out this is the reason why. So I'm glad that he cleared this up, because I was definitely nervous, real nervous about that. So you just, like I said, you just got to play around for a lot of things, and before you really, especially if you finna go into career mode or championship mode or both. So, and then this guy was talking about the AI. Yeah, so yeah, it was just, that was the reason why it seems so easy when you watch that gameplay, because he was passing like 5 cars on a straightaway. Like, the AI would not have no drive off whatsoever. That's what he'll get him at if you watch that gameplay video. So, another thing I noticed in the video, you notice the day to night transitions and the AI running different lines, which was fantastic to see. The AI losing it on their own, which was Jamie McMurray was on the side of Jeff Fabiano, and he was on the outside, and going into turn 3 at Homestead, McMurray just lost it and spun out right in front of Fabiano, and that was crazy to see. Like, he just lost it. He didn't get hit by Fabiano. Fabiano wasn't even nowhere near him. McMurray was all the way at the top side, and he just spun and lost it. So that's realistic. I mean, sometimes drivers just lose it in real life. So that's just nice to see that the AI is now on rails, and they're always planted into the track. They make mistakes, so they're more lifelike now. Another thing I noticed in the gameplay was, I couldn't really tell with the pit strategy. It seemed like it was better, but that's something I'm going to test, because I ran 50% races. He was doing a 13% race, so that's something I'm going to have to really take a look at myself. The replay system was nice. You can disable everything and just watch it without no hood elements in the on the screen. No toggles or anything like that that's in your way. You can just look at the cars go around the track full screen, which looks beautiful. So it was that. With one more thing, the sound of the engines. My goodness, 704 just, like, they nailed it with the engine sounds. I mean, when he started, he was on pit road, and when he when he was sitting on there on pit road, you heard the AI cars flying around, flying past his the pit road, and it sounded like what you would hear on TV. And I had goosebumps and I had a smile on my face the whole time because he was sitting on pit road. You could hear the car like idling, and then he started revving it, and then he started it up, and he's pulled off a pit road, and man, that sounded badass. I was just sitting there with like this goosebumps. Like this is too damn nice, man. 704 knocked out of the park with the sound in general. With NASCAR Heat 4, just like when he did a burn when he won the race later on. When he did a burnout, that's how the car sound when they doing a burnout when the car is just revving. It sounds exactly like it. So that was the things I took away from the Jeff Fabiano clip that released today. And now I'm gonna get to the conclusion of this video because this video's been going on for quite a while. So yes, NASCAR Heat 4 is looking pretty damn legit. Can the bleeding stop? Can this be the first NASCAR game since I'll say NASCAR 06 that can be good? Possibly. It's so far it's looking like a pretty high chance. The more gameplay I see, the more confident I'll start to feel. I'm just hoping that when it release, it's not a whole bunch of things. I'm expecting the online to have problems. For some reason, it's online. Yes, they have dedicated servers, but I still expect problems with the online. When it comes to offline play, it better not be that many problems. Yes, visuals, like silly little things, like it's a glitch that I actually saw in the game to where Jeff Fabiano's name, the back of the you remember earlier when I was saying that you could put your name in the back of your truck on the windshield. For some reason, when he was on pit road, his name was in the front of the truck, like sitting there in front of his truck, like levitating. So that was in the Sean Wilson interview. That was something I caught. Pretty sure they can patch that. It's not a huge deal. Those are the type of issues to where it wouldn't really bother me. I'm talking about game breaking bugs and glitches. Your game crashing and shit, corruption, all this stuff. So things not working to how they supposed to be working. So I'm hoping for a smooth release. I pre-ordered the game because they sold me on the game after that Sean Wilson interview. I hope I don't be regretting it. But going back to the whole, this might be the best NASCAR game since 06. I'm not saying this is going to be the best NASCAR game. They still got a long way to go. But it's actually looking legit. I mean, you just look at unlockable paint schemes, legend drivers. Who knows? They might add more legend drivers via DLC. It's just so much with this game. The options and the gameplay mechanics. That's it. That's all they really did this year, and it matters so much. I mean, if you just tell a person that they worked on the gameplay mechanics and they gave the players a lot more options, that doesn't sound exciting at first. But if you're telling this to a person that never played the previous other 3 Heat games, then they probably won't sound all that excited. But really, if you tell this to a person that's been playing the past 3 games, it should get them excited because the gameplay mechanics definitely needed work, without a doubt. And then we needed those options. I mean, those options are something that you'll see out of Forza or Project Cars 2. It's just amazing how many options they give you. The visuals look beautiful in the game. Just graphically a lot better. The sound, the physics, the contact physics at least. I gotta drive the car for myself to determine what I think of the physics. They look like they're improved, but we gotta see. you just gotta sit down and play the game yourself. Fabiano says the cars drive so differently from NASCAR the previous three games. So that's great to hear. You just wonder how realistic is it. It seemed like the fun factor is gonna be there with this game though. The fun factor hasn't been there in the NASCAR game since probably since '06. Inside Line was okay once they came out with all those patches and fixed the game. It was actually a pretty okay game, but I mean, we got tons of options to the game. It's looking like a game that belongs in that tier of '04, '05, and '06. Now, I don't think it's gonna top those games, but it's gonna be in that tier, just kind of like just underneath those games. If the racing experience can end up being good, that's gonna be fantastic. I'm actually pumped, man. I'm excited. So kudos to 704, man. Kudos to 704. They're communicating a lot more. Sean Wilson did an interview. Zane is he's answering questions a little bit more now. I know I kind of given him crap in the past, but he did that interview with Jeff Fabiano, and that was a good interview. He talked about a lot of things, but Sean Wilson interview is what did it for me. And Sean Wilson is the man. He confirming things and pushing for things like day to night transitions. If this game could turn out to be great, I'm not gonna say great, but good, just good. We haven't had a good NASCAR game, in my opinion, since '06. If it could just turn out to be good, I don't mind having 704 as the devs going forward when it comes to these NASCAR games. I was so negative going into this next game on NASCAR Heat 4, and my opinion of them has switched. Now, it can go back to being negative if this game turns out to be shit, but so far they have swayed how I feel about them. So we just have to see how things go. It's still a chance that it can be a mess, and I hope it doesn't. But I'm about to head up out of here though, guys. That's my thoughts on everything that's been revealed. I probably won't do another video until maybe when Jeff Fabiano shows off the career mode, or either that, maybe the statistics, maybe just a screenshot of the statistics. Or when they talk about the online play, maybe they'll have a blog up about that. I don't know. Whenever something really catches my eye, something that really gets my attention, I'll probably make a video about it. But I really wanted to put this video out. I know this has been a long ass video, but man, it was so much to catch up on. So, okay. So yeah, I'm pumped for the game. I got it pre-ordered, which I didn't think I was gonna do this year, but here I am. Again, I pre-ordered it. I got the regular edition. I didn't get the gold edition. So yeah, everybody seemed like they're pretty excited. Even people that was real negative about the game, they're pretty excited. Another thing I forgot to mention is What If Racing. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. He's working with 704 now, which is shocking. He said that he made a video and he said that it's all because of that NASCAR Heat 3 rant/review that he did, which I loved. He went into detail with every single thing that was wrong with NASCAR Heat 3. And instead of 704 just looking past it and taking it as a negative, they looked at it and said, you know what? This is constructive criticism. Well, we can work with you or whatever, and we're going to get these things fixed. And a lot of things that What If Racing named in that video, it seemed like they fixed. I would say like 65 to 70% of the issues that was in Heat 3, 70 to 75%, 70 to 75% of the issues that was in Heat 3 that he named in that video seem like they've been fixed. So we'll see. It's still a lot to find out. So I hope you guys have a good one. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Sorry that it dragged on. Treat it like a podcast. I'm about to go ahead and head up out of here. Until next time, I catch you guys later. Peace.